Zen Ray here. Welcome, Nick Nation, and welcome everyone that's watching here in NYC and everyone around the world. We have a lot of different things happening in free agency. But before we go on, we're going to be joined by Juby, the Tubi family above everything, to talk about the free agency action that's been happening the last few hours and how we missed out originally as we had our hopes up for DeJounte Murray. And obviously, it was painful because I thought that was going to be an interesting backcourt. It seems like the Knicks didn't offer as much as the Atlanta Hawks, who now Trae Young has a semi-superstar next to him. But we be back in a few with Juby, the Tubi family above everything. And we had an interesting questions. We asked the minions, what do you think about the Knicks? Watch this, stand by, and we'll be back with Juby, the Tubi family above everything.
Never give up. Never give up. Knowing that the best is yet to come with love, peace, and gratitude.
Zen Ray is back, and we'll be on with Juby the Tubi. And I want to welcome tomorrow will be the official announcement that Jalen Brunson has joined the Knicks, a 4-year, $110 million contract. Congratulations to him. And we also signed a center from San Diego Clippers, the Los Angeles Clippers, my apologies, Isaiah Hornstein. We'll have some information, some video on him, and some stats to find out, is Jericho Sims not going to get enough play? But let's ask Juby the Tubi family above everything. Juby, welcome. We had an interesting day, and obviously we missed on DeJounte Murray, and now he is with the Atlanta Hawks next to Trae Young. And the Minions were not too happy because we asked the Minions what did they think about the Knicks, and they just kept on laughing. I don't understand what's all the laughter. So I just hope we're not the joke of the league after not acquiring one of the best, well, not one of the best players, but a player who could have helped the Knicks in many ways. But we understand they were asking for 4 first-rounders. So what do you think in terms of not getting Murray, and obviously what we did today, picking up the center from the Clippers and Isaiah Hornstein, and also officially tomorrow is going to be announced that Jalen Brunson will be announced for a 4-year contract for $110 million. Welcome, Juby and family above everything.
Appreciate it. Salute to everybody at Zenray Sports TV. Thanks for having me on, guys. Listen, today we knew as of 12:30, I told my partner after 12:30, the league was going to kick off. We're going to start hearing a lot of rumors. And before I get to the Knicks, the rumor that shocked the whole world and shocked the NBA is that Kevin Durant requested and demanded a trade, with Phoenix and Miami being his 2 preferred destinations, not counting Philadelphia 76ers out. And to get to that, just to touch that briefly, I was a little bit surprised on how a lot of Nick Nation was wanting us to go after him after what he did to us. I'm one who, I hold grudges to a certain extent, guys, but he did us dirty. I don't feel he has no commitment. He's all about the money. and what's best for him. I wish him well. But as far as the Knicks, man, they didn't get Devontae Murray. Everybody was left with a little bad taste in their mouth. But from what I hear, the Knicks were a little bit afraid to pair him up with Jalen Brunson because they didn't think the outside shooting was going to work. That's why they did make a offer to Atlanta. I mean, to San Antonio, but not what San Antonio wanted, which was like I think 4+ picks.
And that's what they basically got. Yeah, that's what basically.
Yeah, so that's what it was. It all came down to if they thought the combo would mesh well, and management felt that it wasn't going to mesh well. Now, do I believe that a Evan Fournier and Mr. Jalen Brunson, welcome to the Big Apple? It looks like he's agreed to come here. He's going to have the keys to Gotham to run it with R.J. Barrett and company. Exciting times, exciting stuff. Do I think this propels us to be a championship caliber team? No, but it's a good step in the right direction. And for those of you guys who are concerned about the money, I was one person who was concerned about the money, but looking around the league today and a couple of players that have signed, somebody from OKC just signed for $85 million. So it just and he's not even an all-star player. So it just comes to show you guys that unfortunately your value is not anymore the way it was years ago. Now it's based on the market. And Jalen Brunson, originally was 104. I guess Dallas countered with 106 for 5 years. And New York was like, we'll give you 110, which is what Zenray has finalized up on his screen, and as well as New York Post and Mark Berman. And it looks like he's coming to the Big Apple for 110 million, 4 years to run to run Gotham. And as far as the center, Zenray, I got to be honest with you. I brought him to our attention earlier today, and I really don't know too much about him. I'm hoping you could share some light to myself and some of the viewers who are not really familiar with his style of play.
Yeah, I'll put a video up concerning him, but let me just tell you, it seems like Julius Randle is not going nowhere right now. I think he's going to be part of the plans. And, in getting Jalen Brunson, that's only going to make Julius Randle's game better. He doesn't have to bring the ball up. He doesn't have to be that point forward. He can concentrate on what he has to do. And hopefully his measure of his anger issues and attitudes he gets during the game, he could kind of control it. But I see Jalen Brunson being a step in the right direction. I know Nick Nation is not too happy, and I guess I wasn't too happy as well when DeJounte Murray went to Atlanta joining Trae Young. But I'm going to put a video and some information on the center from the Los Angeles Clippers, Isaiah Hornstein, and you'll get a little bit but I mean, my concern is that Jericho Sims is not going to get the play he deserves. But you can never have enough centers. People go down. And I think that's more of an insurance policy for Mitchell Robinson. It seems like they're going to be signing him within the next week or so. So that's just an insurance policy. So if Mitch does get injured, you have some depth in your center position. So let me put something up concerning Isaiah Hornstein. So Isaiah Hornstein, position center, power forward. He shoots left. He's 7 feet tall, 250 pounds.
Wait, that's another lefty?
Yeah, he's a lefty.
Wow. So, ladies and gentlemen, not to cut you off, Zenray, we got a full team full of lefties then. R.J. Barrett, this guy, Julius Randle, Brunson's a left. Wow. The Southpaw team. All right, go ahead. Sorry.
Also, 7 feet tall, 250 pounds, so a nice size, and being 250 pounds, no joke. He can take some punishment down the middle. He was born in 1998, which makes him 24. He's from Eugene, Oregon. Drafted by the Houston Rockets in the second round. He was the 13th pick overall in the second round, the 43rd overall back in 2017. His NBA debut was October 17, 2018. He averages 8.3 points a game, rebounds 4.9, assists 2.4, and about 22 minutes of play. He played 1 year currently. It's only 1 year he's been with the Clippers. And then he spent a season with the Denver Nuggets, another season with Cleveland Cavaliers, and his first 2 seasons, and he was drafted by the Houston Rockets. So that's a little bit about him. Let me show a little bit more information about this young 24-year-old.
I play with a lot of energy, fly around, get people involved.
Hartenstein goes up, slams it home. Isaiah Hartenstein is taken over at Staples Center.
Coming into this organization, they gave me a chance. Every night I go out there, I'm playing hard.
About a week ago, we just told him, you step back, you can shoot your three-point shot.
Hartenstein straight away, step into the 3 ball. Isaiah Hartenstein, Staples Center on it.
Got a dub, another dub.
All right. Looks like
so
a rim protector and a person who can shoot from the outside, which opens up the floor. I like it, man. I mean, not a move that we saw coming, not something that we can sit there and be like, wow, look who they picked up, but definitely a fine piece. Somebody who could spread the floor, give us some more shooting in our depth, which we definitely need, losing Alex Burke and Julius Randle's horrific 3-point shooting last season. So gives us some rim protection. Listen, decent move.
Yeah, look, for a 24-year-old who seems like has some upside. And listen, 24 years old, he meshes well with this young team, this young group that Leon Rose is forming. And I think Knick Nation has to be patient. We have no choice but to follow Leon Rose's plan. And obviously, I know we want players here to start winning games for us, but we can still win and build at the same time. But we have Spiritual, who made a comment. Zenray, please tell me, what is Leon Rose thinking? You defend him as he has done or built a championship team. Knick fans are tired of being fooled by a management team that seems to get nowhere.
Ooh,
wow.
Very.
I just first of all, I want to say I defend Leon Rose because I am a Knick fan and I want the best for the Knicks. I'm not going to go against my Knicks. Leon Rose, I think, has done a very, very good job considering the situation is in. So, Spiritual, I'm sorry you feel that way. I'm sorry you're tired. We're tired too, but we're hanging in there. And I believe in what Leon Rose is doing. A lot of Knick fans, Knick Nation, will probably throw tomatoes my way. But I think let's stick with the patience. And I think he'll get it done. Thanks, Spiritual. And we have last word. I guess this is for you, Spiritual. Spiritual, I understand Knick Nation's frustration. We need to see what Leon tends to do in this free agency. We are not happy, but we need to support our team. That's what I just said. We need to support our team. Leon Rose is trying to build a contender. Juby, give me your input on Spiritual's like dissatisfaction and frustration, which all of us in Knick Nation feels. Give me your input on that, and give me input what last word is trying to say in terms that we need to support our team and be patient. My kind of song and dance.
Well, basically, to sum up what last word is saying is that, we're not happy. As Knick fans, we want nothing but the best team for our team. We're tired of being treated unfairly in the NBA, as the laughing stock of the NBA in a sense. There was a time where the Knicks were, the elite, one of the elite teams in the 90s. And I think Knick fans remember what that felt like. And, over the last few years, things haven't been too great for us, with the exception of that one playoff, one-game series and that little short stint with Carmelo when we went to the playoffs with Jason Kidd and everybody. Besides that, it's been a rough few years, man. The years go by, and, I understand everybody's frustration. I'm one myself, Zenray, who gets frustrated, especially when you hear teams, players like Devontae Murray, what could have been. We want the big name superstars here because this is what we want for our team. We want to hear a Donovan Mitchell in New York. We want to hear, a D'Angelo Russell. But unfortunately, we got to deal with what we have. Whatever cards we play with is what we play with. But I got to tell you, last word, and the other person who commented, I apologize, I can only remember the Spiritually Awakened. with Brunson signing and this other guy, hopefully this is not the end of the off season. And if it is, like I explained to my partner earlier, don't forget Cam Reddish was picked up late in the season last year. So if you really want to get technical, Cam Reddish is actually a pickup for this offseason as well. This is where I think we'll see him if he stays here. And with Brunson leading the way, I think this is going to be an exciting, fast-paced team to watch. I know you guys want a championship now, but we also want to see exciting basketball and progression. And I think although we're not Eastern Conference Finals ready, I think we're going to be exciting. I think we're going to be fun. And I think we're going to be the talk of the town in a positive way, not in a negative like that's happening across the other river. Ooh. I think the Knicks are headed in the right direction.
Ouch.
So I said it before, the Knicks is New York's team, baby.
I agree. Well said. And thank you, last word. And thank you, Spiritual, for your comments and thoughts. But yeah, look, I look at it this way. I think right now, if you had to take a guess, and I think I'm probably on the same boat you are, because I know what you're going to say, is Julius Randle coming back? Is he going to be part of this rotation?
Julius Randle is definitely coming back. The Knicks, unfortunately, called it around the league to see what his value was. Not the other way around. Teams calling and asking for his value. They actually called to see what they can get. And unfortunately, they didn't like what they heard. His value is in the slumps right now. He's not worth a bag of potato chips, to quote a great man that he's told me. He's not worth anything right now. So it's good to run it back with him. You said it best. I think Jalen Brunson is going to make him a better player. It's going to take some stress off of him with RJ, with Brunson, quickly, and now this new center that can shoot from the outside, as well as Fournier and everybody. They're going to have to just learn how to space the floor. We finally have our point guard, ladies and gentlemen. You can sit there and say what you know. He's not Kyrie Irving. He's not J.A. Morant. We understand that. But he is a legitimate point guard who can score in bunches if needed to, but he's not here for that. He's here to facilitate that ball, what we've been craving for and dying for all the last few years. So, look, things are looking up, guys. Orange and blue skies. Don't celebrate and throw a parade, but definitely have a smile, because, like my partner says, the best is yet to come.
Look, you look at Brunson. People forget in that playoff game. Okay, he played like an all-star, especially when Luka was not there. He played.
You said it. Here's the funny thing, Zenray. They beat Utah. Donovan Mitchell, who everybody's crazy about, including myself, because I love Donovan Mitchell as well. They beat Utah without Luka Doncic.
Right.
What does that tell you, ladies and gentlemen? This kid is the real deal. Go ahead, Zenray. Let them know.
Yeah, I totally agree. And also, I've been hearing that the Dallas and the Knicks are inquiring about Colin Sexton from Cleveland. What do you think? Do you think the Knicks should push the envelope and try to make a package deal to try to get Sexton here, Juby?
Unless they're moving, and this is just my opinion, guys, please don't get upset. Unless they're moving Evan Fournier in that deal to try to free up some money, I really don't see the need to. A name is just a name, guys. And I know that us Knicks fans just want to hear Moose just because we want to be in the talk. But a Colin Sexton really doesn't wow me. Now, if you tell me we can get D'Angelo Russell, and D'Angelo Russell wants to play shooting guard, and that's what he's gonna do here, then I would say, okay, let's do that. But Colin Sexton, no. Zenray, me and you've been speaking about this guy Bridges. I don't know if you want to bring that up to the fans. Unfortunately, his days might be, he's a free agent. His days where his current team might be numbered because he got some trouble with the law just recently. So Knicks are all about giving second chances, Zenray. We saw it with Latrell Sprewell. We saw it with a lot of players in the past. I forget the other guy who had bless his soul, drug problem in the 90s. The Knicks always give second chances to people, players, to make a better name for themselves. And this is one player that I would definitely take a chance on if he wants to have a restart. What do you think about that?
Wow, Miles Bridges. You think about, so he battered his wife. Okay, so they say he's, you're innocent
This
until
is
proven guilty.
speculation.
So he battered his wife, and he has a contract year that he wants to get paid all this money. That's definitely going to affect his contract. Now, do the Knicks go around and shop Julius Randle and says, look, let's take Miles Bridges. We'll give you Julius Randle, and we make a swap doing that. That's an interesting observation on your end. I don't know. Would you do that, Julie? Would you swap Miles Bridges, who technically is going to get fined by the NBA? And I don't know what disciplinary action is going to happen behind that, because you're innocent until proven guilty. So there may be a process. I don't know what the NBA rules and violations committee in terms of your first offense, if proven guilty that you did batter your wife. I don't know how that works, man. Would you take a chance and swap Julius for Miles Bridges? I mean, I would take a chance. I mean, I don't think the Knicks fans, or maybe the women fans of Knick Nation, would approve of a man who's beating up women. I don't know. That'd be a sticky situation. But like you said,
here's my take on that, Zenray. Well, number one, we get Obi Toppin into that starting lineup, which is what every Knick fan wants. Number two, Julius Randle, as much as you're a talented player, you just don't fit what we want. We want the young guys. We want a fast-paced team, and we want Obi Toppin to basically take over your position. Not to knock his talent. He's a very talented player, and he might have an all-star season. I would not be surprised if he bounces back with a point guard like Brunson in there. But getting back to this guy, Bridges, look at the PR stuff that Julius Randle did. Right. And I know we say you can't compare the two. We're talking about booing and getting into fights with teammates and coaches compared to domestic violence with your spouse. But I'm pretty sure if he came out and said all the right things and says he had a problem, or like we said, he's innocent until proven guilty. And he serves his suspension. He's still young, guys. We all make mistakes. Not to say that that's any excuse, and say that we should definitely do that. And we should be forgiven. But a talented player like that, I would definitely take a chance on.
Yeah, something. If I had to pick, if I was running a business and I was running an organization, depending what kind of relationship I had with Miles Bridges and Julius Randle, I would definitely take Julius Randle's actions, what he does on the court, than what Miles Bridges is physically beating up a woman. If that's the case, if that's true,
that's the case.
So that's a tricky situation. I don't think Knicks management, Leon Rose, wants to touch that right now. Yeah. Do you gamble and hope that he's not guilty and get him really cheap, and you can switch Randle for Miles Bridges? But remember, they play the same position, so Obi would still be coming off the bench if that's the case. But listen, that's all here to say. I just hope everything works out for the Bridges family and everything gets going. But I want to show you some tape on Colin Sexton. If we decide going after him, he's a talented. Now, this is a game he played against Brooklyn, and he was serving up Irving. He was serving up Durant. So watch this.
Gives the ball to Sexton, long distance three. He's got another. Colin Sexton has 34, and the Cavaliers have taken a 7-point lead.
And knock those shots down.
Sexton works on Irving, fires. He's got it. Colin Sexton has the Cavs last 14 points. Now he's guarded by the lengthy Durant. 5 to shoot. Colin will. He's got another. Oh, mercy.
Light him up, Colin.
Colin Sexton has the Cavs last 17 points. Looking for 20. Oh, my.
Well, I don't think you can stop him. He's too hot now.
Wow, look.
How tall is he, Zenray? That's my question to you. Do you know off the bat how tall is he?
I would say 6'1", 6'2". I could be wrong. I could look that up, but with that kind of talent, if you could get a shooting guard next to Brunson that can shoot the ball like that and just shift Barrett over to the small forward. But then you got Quentin Grimes, and then you still got Cam. So, yeah, you don't really need Colin Sexton. I mean, that's a scorer. I mean, he's a pure scorer. Listen, I wouldn't – obviously, he's a point guard, but he can play that off guard for me anytime, any day. But we're building the youth. We still have Cam. We still have Quentin Grimes. We still got Deuce McBride and need some play. That's the predicament you put. And then you get the center, Isaiah Hornstein, who is going to be taking time away from Jericho Sims. So this is the year coming up that Tibbs has to get these young kids in somehow, some way. And hopefully Cam gets more minutes, Deuce gets more minutes, Quentin Grimes gets the minutes he deserves. A lot of interesting things going on. So I'm saying right now, yes or no for Sexton, Juby?
Watching that video, man, the kick and shoot. But my only concern is he's 6'1". I just looked it up right now. 6'1", and guys,
he's Brunson size. He's the same thing Brunson.
Yeah. And I gotta be honest. I'm a D-Lo guy. I would go after if you want to do something like that.
But Juby, D-Lo had with Coach Finch out in Minnesota. Okay, he had issues there because he didn't want to play the two. That was his whole big beef.
That's what it was? Okay.
Oh, yeah, so that was the whole big beef. So he's not going to come to New York. He wants to run the point. That's his thing. It's not going to work. So I don't think that D-Lo thing is out of the picture right now. But I have a little message from Obi Topping. He wants to stop in and say hello. So, hey, Obi. OB. Yeah, we're going to be seeing you soon.
The man right there, guys. That is the man right there.
So he just wants to stop by and say hello to Nick Nation. So right now, I would stay away from Colin Sexton. I look forward for the Knicks to make more moves. Do you see anything on Twitter, Juby? Anything happening?
I was just checking right now, and just to see if there's some stuff for us. And like I said, it seems like all the NBA right now is signing all these players. You know, Victor Oladipo got signed. Malik Monk got signed to Sacramento. You know, these are players that me and you spoke about who would be a nice fit. And I honestly think Zenray is done with Mitchell Robinson's contract coming up. And let's not forget, ladies and gentlemen, there's been rumors circulating that the Knicks and RJ Barrett are going to try to come up to some kind of extension this summer. You know, RJ sees Bradley Beal get $252 million. He sees Devin Booker tonight get $215 million. And RJ Barrett is the man of New York. And he says that he's not looking for a $200 and something million payday. He just wants to be comfortable and know that he is the man of this team. I look for that the Knicks are going to lock him down this summer, and as well they should. And if there's a small move to come, might be another shooter, maybe another wing, or I think we're done. I'll be honest with you guys. I think Cam Reddish, Quentin Grimes, Evan Fournier, you know, those are the guys we're going to run it with. Only thing I would do, me personally, if I was Knicks management, is Evan Fournier would not be my starting shooting guard. I understand he makes $85 million, but Evan Fournier would be coming off the bench, and I would be running that with Quentin Grimes or Cam Reddish.
You can't justify
as my three.
You can't justify $85 million guys sitting on the bench being your sixth man. You can't listen. He can start, and you can give him 25 to 30 minutes a game, and then you bring the young kids in. I don't think it's going to happen. I doubt it. The only solution to that is to find other suitors for Fournier. That's going to be the only option. But if Fournier is on the team, expect Julius Randle and Evan Fournier to be in that starting lineup, and expect Jalen Brunson and
I expect Lob City. I expect alley-oops like you would not believe from Brunson to Mitch, from quickly. I have a feeling quickly is going to have a breakout year. I think we're finally going to see Miles McBride. And Derrick Rose, I don't know, guys. I know a lot of us are, including myself, are Derrick Rose fans. If a move is to come, I would not be surprised if Derrick Rose is going to be included in a deal like that. If it's okay with Brunson, because now, as you guys know, Brunson looks up to Derrick Rose. So I don't know if that was one of the perks of him coming here, besides being the starter, is that he has his dad and the CAA ties, and as well as Derrick Rose on the team. But if he doesn't mind, and there's a deal out there, there's a lot of teams that would take Derrick Rose's leadership in a heartbeat. Any championship-ready team right now would be looking to do something like that.
So there's two issues right now with Rose. It could be three issues. First of all, he tried to come back at the end of the year with that ankle. It was unsuccessful. Okay? We might have the same situation we had with Kemba last year, playing on one leg. He cannot play more than 20 minutes a game. He's battered up. He's banged up. Giving him too many minutes. So I see the Knicks playing him sparingly in that second unit, or not. They're probably going to find suitors for him as well. Slowly but surely, the Knicks are going to clean house with these veterans and have this young Knicks team run with the youth. And also, Mitchell Robinson, I'm hearing rumors that he will be signed. And I know he will be signed, because when you hire, you can't say that, because you're going to start Hornstein as your starting center. Expect Mitchell Robinson to be back.
Yeah,
they'll give him the money he's looking for, competitive offer, and he'll be back in the Knicks uniform, ready to play. And that's about it, Juby. Any other thing you want to talk about? We spoke about Colin Sexton. We spoke about Isaiah Hornstein, who just signed a contract. What was his contract for? 2 years,
$16 million,
$16.7 million.
Yeah, not a bad deal.
Yeah, so
not a super discounted price, but not a bad deal. Like I said, guys, me personally, I know everybody wants Julius Randle gone. I'm a realist. I don't see it happening. So I would love to move Evan Fournier. That'll be my priority for this season. And depending on how the team chemistry works with Julius and Brunson this season, then I'll be looking to move him. But we never know, guys. Like I said, Julius may return to 2 years ago. Julius, Obi may be our sixth man with Quickly. We might just love Obi doing 25, 30 minutes a game for now. So it all can work out. I just don't know. Like I said, I still don't know where this team is headed, what their direction they're trying to do, whether they're trying to win now or if they're building for the next few years. Based on the draft capital that they took back, they left room to make moves for the next 3 to 4 years. But are they waiting for those 3 to 4 years, or are they actually in the play for Donovan Mitchell within the next year or so, or Zion? We won't talk about that tonight, but a lot of stuff heading into the next couple of years. But Knick Nation, be grateful, be happy. There's a lot more things to life than just basketball, which is your health and family. And be happy right now that we got a point guard here in New York City. And the first time I can honestly say the Knicks have a point guard since Stephon Marbury. And I'm going to say that here. That was the last point guard that I can say was a good point guard. Because after that, we had Raymond Felton. I don't even want to go through it. Just know that that's the last great point guard that can spread the ball. And it's an exciting time, Knick Nation. So get excited.
I agree. I think Jalen Brunson is going to change the dynamics of the floor spacing you mentioned earlier, getting Julius Randle back to his game, Mitchell Robinson, and everyone on the floor. He is that captain on that ship we've been looking for the last few years. And we finally have someone who's going to be leading this team on the floor and making this team better. And by having a point guard and a talented point guard at that, he doesn't need to score. He just wants to get other players involved. But if you need a basket tough basket from him at the end. He showed in the playoffs. Has a lot of playoff experience. He can take a game over, if necessary, by his wit, smarts, and also his offensive game. People think because, he's 6'1" and he's a small guy, the guy can post up. I mean, he scored 43, 45 points in several playoff games against Donovan Mitchell and his Utah team.
I just have one question for you, Zenray. It's going to be my final question for the night for you. This is New York City. I said it before. You got to be built to play in a city like this.
He's built for it.
Is he built? Is he ready for the pressure that comes to Gotham for running the team? Yes. So if you had to make a prediction, you think so?
Oh, yes. We got the right man for the job.
All right, Nick Nation.
Yeah.
You heard it. You heard it there.
With that said, Juby, we don't usually do Thursday program. It's a free agency day. I might stop by tomorrow in the evening and do a quick show. I know our regular people that usually watch us. There are the Friday night special guys who come on. I want to thank Spiritual and Last Word coming on this evening and expressing your opinion. And Spiritual, don't worry, I'm not always supporting Leon Rose, which I respect the fact that he's trying to do. I know you think that I'm on Leon Rose's side all the time, but there's times I disagree with a lot of things he does, but I have to follow his game plan, his map, until we get to that promised land in the next few years. Build with the youth, instill some veterans here and there, and let's make that run for that championship in the next few years. I look forward to that. I just want to thank everybody who's been commenting and watching me on my programming and my videos, and I am so grateful for everyone who's been watching, giving the thumbs up. Continue with the thumbs up and subscribing to my channel. Share it, make comments. A lot of intelligent Knick people out there who are expressing their opinions. Do that. I greatly appreciate it. Juby, thank you for coming on. Zenray out. And Juby, we'll be seeing you soon. I don't know, your work schedule has changed. So with that said, Juby, Zenray out.
Peace, everybody.
Never give up. Never give up. Knowing that the best is yet to come with love, peace, and gratitude.